Welcome back, sports fans. We've got more Summit America by G2A.com. I'm Zyori. He's Coddle Guy.
I'm excited. I'm excited. We're going to lead things off with a nice little bit of a Southern American flair, I'd like to say.
Oh, yeah.
We got a little bit of that NoT today. Going to be taking on paiN Gaming. Currently, paiN Gaming, they're sporting a 2-3 record. They need to get on the up and up a bit with a couple of wins, so this is pretty important to them. For NoT today, on the other side, they're doing pretty good.
Yep.
5-1. They only just recently took their first loss to Complexity Gaming. Until then, they were rolling undefeated, but now we have no undefeated teams. We do have one team that's been very much defeated and looking for their first win, but as far as everything else, falling into their place pretty nicely here, but we still have plenty of games to come.
It's a tough life for Union Gaming right now.
I didn't want to call them out on it, but
well, I mean, it's public record. It's on Wikipedia, so it's been a rough start for their tournament going. But always fun to see the South American teams face off against each other. Should be action-packed. We tried the Brazil server, but per usual, it was worse than the American servers, even though they're closer to it. So we're rocking some U.S. East today, and well, I think it's safe to say NoT today are the favorites coming in here.
They are. They are. Not by a whole lot, though. According to the Dota 2 Lounge poll, we're currently having a favoritism for NoT today at about 67%.
Whoa.
For paiN Gaming, 33. I would think it would be a little bit more in favor of NoT today, but paiN Gaming, they can creep on you.
All right, we'll see if they'll creep indeed as we hop into this draft here. Was a first pick Death Prophet coming out of paiN Gaming. NoT today, struck right back with an Ember Spirit Elder Titan opener. Okay, and then paiN, of course, grabbing that second silence in the Skywrath. We've seen a little bit of the Ember Elder Titan, and that was like a popular duo when Ember Spirit first came into the fray. You just put him to sleep, or hit him with the chains, then put him to sleep with the echoes, and cute little bit of synergy.
I like it a lot. NoT today, man. They really love having Smash playing the Ember Spirit. That's for sure. He just loves to play the hero, and he puts in a lot of work on it, so I'm not too surprised about that. Elder Titan's great. I mean, I may be thinking too hard about this, but maybe already NoT today have the idea of grabbing up something like a Morphling for Ewo, and they want to make sure they have the Elder Titan more on their side ahead of time preemptively. I probably am thinking too hard about it. Or maybe they're looking for an extra bit of synergy, taking advantage of that natural order and putting it together with some other magic reducing. It could be either Pugna, it could be Ancient Apparition. That way they can have full Forest Blasts when it comes out as far as damage potential. We don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say. We don't see a lot of teams second picking the Elder Titan right now. We've seen him play a bit intermittently here and there. We've seen Secret utilize him a fair bit with Big Daddy playing him on the 4. But still the off lane is generally where he's going to find home. And still a pretty open-ended draft on both sides of it. NoT today ban out some big team fighters, the Tidehunter and the Faceless Void, and paiN Gaming. Well, they take out a couple of supports, which NoT today are in the market for.
I mean, quickly Tidehunter's becoming the cream of the crop. I mean, for a while that was all about Brad, the Horse God, taking out the reins as far as being the platinum pickup in your offlane as far as how he can contribute in the team fight. But now with everyone quickly recognizing how tremendously powerful Tidehunter's become, especially when he gets a hold of his Refresher Orb, and Refresher Orb's also becoming quite the hot grab.
Oh yeah.
Two big Ravages are just devastating. It can be game changers. And, well, look at this. Look who it is. It's Ancient Apparition.
Well,
so, indeed, they are. They are enhancing a bit of synergy here. Like I said, they're loving the Ice Vortex, that little bit of minus magic resistance. Put that together with Natural Order, and we could be seeing some big bursts here. They could pull out, well, I don't know. I'm honestly trying to think. With a secondary support, maybe it could be a big burst person like a Lion, so that the finger would be absolutely ridiculous, even in later games.
At Star Ladder, we saw that one game where Dendi played Ancient Apparition solo mid, and they had a Skywrath, and was it an Ogre or a Mirana or someone else that had some bursty magic damage? It was the same thing. They put the Ice Vortex down, hit him with the Ancient Seal, and then oh my
they
God,
could have even been additionally going for that Ogre, and it might have been just taken away from paiN. Ogre can work great in the late game. Get him in Agdams, and now put those two abilities on top of it. Oh my God, those Fire Blasts are going to be cooking you.
Yeah, we saw yesterday. I saw 6 Fire Blasts in a row, a 4x into a 2x with some of that refined action. It's disgusting. That Ogre, he should feel dirty. He needed a shower after that one. Phantom Assassin for NoT today. That's probably your Ewo hero there. And an interesting mix of damage they've got here.
Dang, it would have been so nice to have Ogre Magi now on the team, not today. It would have been so good. Putting that Bloodlust together on PA with the extra bit of attack speed plus having the magic burst that he's getting from Elder Titan Ancient Apparition. I feel like maybe they were originally thinking about getting that Ogre for their secondary support, but now they're not going to have the luxury. Regardless, it looks like they'll stick with their game plan. They're going to get a PA here. Now, I wonder who their fallback extra support's going to be. I mean, without anyone else really adding something to PA, normally you get something like a Magnus who's throwing out a little bit of additional help, or Ogre who has the Bloodlust there, or Wisp, let's say, who has Overcharge. Normally there's someone there by the side of PA helping her out, and I'm curious who it's going to be this time. It could be something like an Omni Knight giving her with the free Repel, and Repel could certainly help out quite a bit in this game against paiN Gaming. I don't know if that's going to be the case if they want to run a support Omni, though.
Yeah, it's still a little open-ended with how they want to run this Elder Titan. He could be their 4 with AA on the 5 and then grab something like a Centaur, more traditional off-laner, and kind of leave PA to her own devices. Or they could off-lane the Elder Titan and grab something more like an Omni Knight that you were talking about. Dazzle could be okay here. Not bad for keeping the PA sustained early on, and of course that weave works pretty well with the Natty Order on the other side of the coin to buff up that Ember Spirit and PA. So
they will need to think of something defensively. I feel like Skywrath Mage and Ogre on the other time, it's going to be something now that could be very aggressive early. It could add pressure. If it is going to be Ember mid lane, Ember's one of his weaknesses is he can be taken advantage of pretty early. He's pretty flimsy outside of the point where he does get his remnants. Then it becomes a lot harder to get a hold of him. But with Skywrath Mage and Ogre, they might look to roam pretty hard and heavy pretty early. And now with the Sand King grab, it shows, hey, the Sand King, he's not looking to roam around. He's probably going to get stuff done in the jungle. He's got a Blink Dagger he needs to get. He needs to use that Sandstorm. He's not going to be venturing too far outside that jungle.
I like the general idea from Not Today's lineup, but they have an extreme lack of lockdown here. Outside of the Sand King stun, you've got Fiery Bolas and you've got Echo Stomp, and neither of those are particularly reliable, and the Bolas are sort of half a disable, not even all the way there. So they have all this great team fight, but they don't have any of those big team fight ultimates like your Tide, like your Void that they banned out. paiN Gaming, I guess they don't really have a lot of lockdown either. They have a lot of silence, though, which will give a couple of these heroes kind of a run for their money. So interesting drafts on both sides of it, but paiN, they've got that pushing edge. Once Razor gets his Ags, once Death Prophet does all the things that Death Prophet will do, I worry a little bit for Not Today, where even if they can win some team fights, take some good skirmishes in the mid-game, how are they going to get objectives? How are they going to knock down towers, Coddle Guy?
Yeah, it becomes a bit finicky. It's very apparent that paiN Gaming have much more of a snowball kind of a lineup where they're looking to reach their peak there in the mid to late game up from the 20 to 30 minute mark, where hopefully their Timbersaw will have enough farm behind him where he can just kind of snowball out of control. Death Prophet's got her level 2 ultimate. She's starting to rip apart all these towers. Razor, of course, is going to be right there by her side. And from the early game with the early roam potential that already Skywrath Mage and Ogre have, hence Ogre having a smoke right now, it's leading me to believe that paiN Gaming are going to look to try to get the ball rolling right away. And especially seeing a Sand King on the other team, they're roaming as a group. They're going through the enemy jungle. They want to make sure they block out these camps. They don't want to be any sort of easy farm for this Sand King, but PA's right there. She's scouting it out. She's like, I know you guys want to get in on this jungle action, but it doesn't look like there's going to be much of defense, and they'll just kind of roam through, get some wards down. And this is going to be a bit troublesome early on for Not Today.
Absolutely. So where do you decide to put the wards? They'll block the pole camp here with one of their observers, get some nice vision into the lane. They'll probably want to block the hard camps. It looks like Baga will put down one of the sentries there on the western side of the jungle, and then I reckon another sentry here blocking these guys.
Yeah, they got
absolutely.
3 camps.
So that's good stuff. Now Sand King, very limited on what he can work with, and 2 of those camps are Mud Golem camps, so not so much fun for the old Scorpion early on. They'll put their other observer down near the top rune, getting them a little bit of vision over the side of the ravine here. Ned, old Flanders coming in, poking him a bit, finds a regeneration rune, not going to get too much out of it, and we'll actually deny it. There you go.
And bottom was a bounty, which Ogre grabbed up, had a bit of a tussle right there with Ewo, but nothing really to come out of it. But there's a little bit of help right there. The one thing I didn't call out in the draft is Ancient Apparition, of course, can add a little bit of extra damage to PA with the Chilling Touch. So that certainly helps. So she can close the gap pretty easily with a Phantom Strike. So once she does get that little bit of a buff, she can blink in. She will hit a little bit slower, but the damage is what's important. Put that together with the right clicks coming out of AA, and you could get a pretty surprising first kill. Now, against this lane, not going to be easy. You have Razor right there who'll just sap away your damage and be able to just quickly roll out. And Ogre, well, we already know how strong this guy can be. early. So this is not going to be a lane that NoT today are going to be getting a lot of kills out of. In fact, they're going to be on the back foot constantly.
Yeah, let's introduce some rosters here before the action breaks out. We've got Ewo on the Phantom Assassin in the safe lane, joined by Masoku on the Ancient Apparition. That puts Smash mid on the Ember Spirit. Mr. Cow, he's switched it up a bit, and I asked him what that meant. He said it was a joke in Brazil that I wouldn't understand. So, used to be Mr. Cow, now he's Mr. Cow. Yesterday he played Earthshaker both games, so Merlini was thinking it was a cow reference, but apparently it goes deeper than that.
Yeah.
But he'll start off in the opponent's jungle to try and find a slightly easier time, and that leaves Mihawk in the off lane here on Lay Elder Titan.
That's so funny you said that, because normally we used to call him Mystico too, and then we saw him make that name change, and I'm like, oh, maybe he got pissed that we were saying it wrong, and it's supposed to be Miss Cow, and he like emphasized the cow on it. I don't know, it's just theories, and apparently if it's a joke that we don't know, then there's no point even investigating. Meanwhile, on the side of paiN Gaming, the squad formerly under the name CMB Esports top lane, it's going to be Gren, TXD, he's going to be playing your Timbersaw. Just nearby, it looks like we're going to have mid lane, it's going to be filled by 40R playing your Death Prophet. Bottom, it's going to be Ned on your Skywrath Mage, it's going to be Baga playing your support Ogre Magi, and that of course will leave King RD on his Razor. The King.
Yep. Aggro try coming out of paiN Gaming, and so far so good. Razor topping the CS charts, and PA getting absolutely nothing. Ewo with one last hit here in the first 2 minutes of gameplay, certainly not where he wants to be. And you see Baga just on this tree line, ready to jump in on PA if she's foolish enough to show herself. He will take a little bit of harassment here, but he's got those jelly rolls to absorb all the damage.
paiN have a fantastic early laning phase. Timber's getting a lot out of this top lane. He's winning in
DD
CS,
on Ned. They'll go in onto Ewo. Can they actually find a kill here, though? Frosty, he puts out the chilling touch. Wasoku taking a lot of damage, but they'll try to turn it around on Ned. First Blood may come out the other way. PA not going to commit for it. Instead, Ogre going pretty ham on Masoku. Can't find the kill there. Razor on his way in, and this little exchange will not result in a kill on either side of it.
Yeah, pretty hard hitting, but both supports are going to be starting to get away. Plus, King RD rotating through secures that PA is not going to look to pursue, but yeah, man, they're getting a lot of this laning phase. Top, Timber, 15-2. Above already, the Elder Titan, who's at 11-0. He's getting a little bit better out of it. Mid lane, 40R, 17-4 to Smash's 9-2. So he's asking for help here. Sand King's already been waiting here for about a minute, trying to make something happen, but they already have this ward. They could see him rotating through and thinking about it, so that's going to come to nothing. And bottom lane, with this aggressive try, they're constantly keeping PA back to the point she only has 1 CS. So right now, paiN Gaming are winning all 3 lanes.
Yeah, and handily at that. As you talked about, this bottom, I think, is the most disastrous, where sure, it's a 3-on-2, and you wouldn't expect them to win, but you'd expect PA to get a little more than what she's finding right now. And PA is a very snowbally, momentum-based hero, and you'll see a lot of PAs go for a, kind of an early fighting build, maybe get some drums, Helm of the Dominator, Aquila, and then move into the Battle Fury. So you can have a presence early on, slow down in that mid-game when you need to farm up, and then be that hard carry towards the late. But here, Ewo, he might be forced into kind of a quote-unquote recovery Battle Fury to some degree, as he has just got nothing right now, and
yeah.
PA is not a good hero to have as a non-factor early on.
They need to do something. Something needs to change, but they can't because they're crippled by having a Sand King who needs to get a Blink Dagger, and that Sand King has to go to the other side of the world just to find farm. He's in the enemy jungle right now using the Sandstorm there. He's going to see a courier here. I don't know if the courier is going to scout him out or not, and they'll start knowing that Sand King's up to no good in their own side. But bottom lane, we're going to see a Tift here. Ewo, he wants to get that room, but Baga just grabs it from his face like, you wanted this? You wanted this. No, it's mine. Thank you. And he's just going to walk away.
Big ol' Ogre. He'll head back to safety. He finds his level 3, holding on to a skill point for now. Trying to decide if he wants the Ignite or the Fire Blast buffed up, but still no blood has been shed. A couple of little tiffs, but nothing that's resulted in a kill quite yet. Sand King showing his face in the mid lane and sort of posturing as if he may want to move in, but won't find the opening. Instead, he'll go for a triple stack here in the Dire Hard camp, and will probably be successful. So not today. As long as they can hold on for another 2 or 3 minutes, Sand King, he's getting there. He'll have.
I'm wondering, what the game changer is going to be for him. And right now, it's Sand King getting a Blink Dagger and making a lot out of a huge team fight with an Epicenter. But right now, it's all paiN Gaming in all these lanes. I mean, Elder Titan's not going to be able to come out in anything. I mean, it was quite peculiar that they decided to pick him up so early in the draft. He's going to have a really rough time here now against this Timbersaw. He can't really offer a whole lot except an occasional Astral to secure a little bit of CS for himself. But
missed the cow. They've scattered him out. They're going to leech some of his XP, take his last hits, and 40R doesn't have Silence leveled up, but now Mr. Cow reveals himself, and see you later. There's your first blood. 40R picks it up on the Death Prophet, and that's just a twofold victory. You get first blood on the snowball hero on the Dire side, and you're also killing this Sand King who well, now is in a pretty bad position. They put a lot of resources into making sure he can find the farm that he needs, and that'll knock him down a fair bit as it's all unreliable for him.
Yeah, this is rough. I mean, this is now PA's best chance to get a lot done here without one of those supports being in the other side. He can try to bring in as much farm as possible, but now with Sand King out, that's much further away from any sort of farm in levels he's going to get. If he wants to farm it up, he has to go back to his jungle, which now the wards are coming down, so he has a little bit of farm there, but he's way behind. Jumping up forward those smash, he's going to be able to get the chains off of 40R, but now he realized he might have made a mistake. He's over commitment, might be his downfall, and it is. He ends up going down. Elder Titan is there with the sleep, but it's not going to come out to anything. Even Miscow now, overextending himself, trying to save his smash ally, but now he has to go up to the... does dodge that Crypt Swarm, and he might be able to turn the corner and get away. It looks like he will. Baga's just out of range with the Ignite. Now they turn their sights on Mihawk here. Elder Titan knows they were coming up, but he still hung around, and now he goes down. paiN Gaming are on a serious roll right now, putting up a fantastic set of lanes, taking advantage of all the farm, and I feel like Not Today are just in a bit of a tilting phase here, realizing like we're not getting anything done anywhere.
This feels like a mixture of both. paiN setting up very good lanes, executing well, but Not Today. They seem to be in disarray. Sand King finally gets a stack here at the hard camp in his jungle, but now that blink timing not looking so great, and I'm not sure what Mihawk's thought process was there. Maybe thinking they just back off and tra-la-la down to the bottom lane, but they went in on him, and there was just nothing to do. It was simply just poor positioning. There is a dire ward down here, giving them some good vision in that general scenario, but still, it should have been a little bit more cautious than that. And looking at the CS chart, it's nothing but the dire cores at the top. Razor's still farming away. Timbersaw getting a lot of space, and it's pretty scary to give a Timbersaw this kind of farming room early on. He's usually that off-laner that doesn't get free farm, but here in the safe lane, he's got nearly 40 CS right there with the Razor. Arcane Boots already, and soon to be level 8.
And good denies. 18 denies, and denies are huge in this game. That's more that's being taken away from precious little PA, who's trying to get to level 5, while Razor's at level frickin' 6. In a tri-lane, an aggro tri-lane that...
Yeah.
It's absolutely out of control. They have so much going on for them in the early game. It's more pressure here for Not Today. They need to make a big mid-game presence. They have to hope that they get that natural order leveled up all the way. A huge epicenter can kind of follow it up with it, and they just have the ability to have PA clean it all up and bring it in for the late game. But right now, paiN are smoked up. They're ready to just keep the kills coming in on their side, and then they'll just have a force that you can't defeat.
What's extra scary is that paiN aren't really slouches in their mid-game team fighting. You know, they've got Death Prophet, Razor, two great team fighting heroes, but also that Timbersaw. He'll do so much damage coming up the next couple minutes once he maxes out that Whirling Death. That's when he hits that first peak, and it's pretty scary how much damage output he can actually bring onto the field. We'll see the smoke rotation head towards the mid lane. Looks like Masoku could be the target of choice. The smoke will break. And they go right in on the Ancient Apparition. Easy pick there. Now Smash. He comes forward aggressively, searing chains on Baga, but there's your Exorcism. Mystical comes in, will connect with a stun as secures the kill on the Ogre, but even the Timber joining the party now. Looks like they want Smash, and they might be able to find him. The Ghost tickling him down a bit lower, but he'll just barely survive. Meanwhile, Timbersaw chasing back too. The ultimate there, the Chakram, will miss, and that'll be it. It'll just be a 1-for-1. A little underwhelming.
There's still a tiff happening here on bottom, though. King RD, like everyone's fighting elsewhere. Let's go ahead and duke it on out, trying to make pressure here on PA, even behind the tower. But now Elo on their retreat to get away from this one. King RD not letting up just yet. Makes a full rotation, a full ring around the Rosie, if you will, but finally PA gets back towards the tower and away from any sort of extra aggression. So that could have gone a lot worse for Not Today. Luckily, the Sand King was nearby, farming up that stack so we could burrow strike in, secures a return support takedown, but still, it's not going to get any better here. Masoku, runs right into the opposing two supports, which are much more farmed than he is, and they just hammer it home. One last club from Baga secures that kill, and AA goes down.
Yeah. Nothing more to it than that. Just walked into the wrong place at the wrong time. And paiN Gaming continuing to live up to their name here. Razor still top in the CS charts. And he's 20 last hits ahead that of the Ember Spirit. Just glancing at the graph, it's already a 4,000 gold, 2,500 experience lead for paiN Gaming. It's not even just a matter of it being 5-1 in hero kills, but they've gotten so much more farm out of these lanes. Looking at the hero level chart, DP's highest in the match, and Ancient Apparition only level 3. It's going to be a long time before we see Ice Blast come out from Masoku, and
they're desperate.
That's a big milestone for the AA. Yeah,
they have their Sand King top lane taking the solo XP while Timber's gone, especially trying to get towards that epicenter, which he does have 6 now, but he's going to instead just he is going to level it up. I wasn't sure if he was going to level up or not. Some Sand Kings like to wait it out and put 4 investment points into Sandstorm if they want to really accelerate the farm, but it looks like he's going to go right for Epi, but he needs the mana before he can put it to use. Bottom lane, though, gets taken down from paiN. They capitalize with the extra pressure they already got, and maybe they'll look to start taking objectives. Not Today in mid lane, trying to go for a reasonable start of a trade, but They can't do any damage to that tower just yet. King RD shows up to the mid lane and is like, don't even think about it.
Yeah, pushes him right back. Timbersaw goes back to free farming in the top lane, has almost 1,200 gold towards his point booster. Probably a Bloodstone will be coming out on him. The one thing that's going well for NoT today is this Sand King. He has his Blink Dagger after he kills this set of Centaurs here. Looks like he's got another stack in the hard camp. So that is a potential game changer. I'll have it around the 12-minute mark when you can start getting active. Better late than never. Not sure ideal timing, but perhaps this will be the catalyst that gets NoT today kind of back in this game.
There's potential. I mean, Elder Titan, he only has 2 levels right now in his natural order, but that put together with the Epicenter, a good slide of Fist. Unfortunately, they don't have an Ice Blast right now, but if they do bring one of those together, there's team fight there for NoT today to really make a big comeback here. But paiN, if they manage to hold their own in the mid game, you know, heaven forbid they even manage to do really, really well, I don't think there's going to be a comeback for NoT today. paiN Gaming have put together a really solid early laning phase, and they're looking to hold on to that the whole way through.
Yeah, and that's one of the problems that we talked about earlier on is how do NoT today take objectives even if they can take team fights? And it looks like they might not be able to do either. paiN Gaming group up in the mid lane, Exorcism deployed. They will grab this tier 1 tower, and NoT today kind of moving in as if they want to make a defense, but it won't be so easy for him, won't find the opening. Searing Chains come out on 4DR, but now the Razor pressing forward. Ogre coming around the tree line, may find Mystical. Well, finds him, but won't be able to do much to stop him. Looks like it's just NoT today on the back foot as King RD pushes him back with a max rank Plasma Field, and that'll be it. paiN Gaming just happy to get the tower and sort of show that they're the victors in the fight, even though they don't grab any kills out of it.
I mean, they know they have an advantage. They'll invest 5 middle. They see AA's top. They see that AA is not level 6, does not have Ice Blast. I mean, they have him up there farming so he can get it because they need it. But they're like, don't even think about it. We'll have our supports. They'll kind of circle around the backhand side. They'll see if there's anyone sitting there camping, waiting for some sort of blink in, and there was. Sand King was right there, so plan foiled, unfortunately, for NoT today. They take the tower with ease, and they bully him back, and the bullying just keeps continuing here from paiN Gaming.
Bullies indeed. How's Ewo looking? Looks like the PA's found a pinch of recovery for him, but not a hell of a lot. She's actually below the Sand King right now in overall net worth, only 25 last hits as she clears out the easy camp, and still no real items to speak of. Basilius, Poor Man's Shield, Brown Boots. I'm really curious how Ewo is going to end up building this hero if he goes for a Recovery Midas, just tries to go into the Battle Fury to find Recovery Farm, or just kind of says, fuck it, I need a BKB if I want to have a chance at surviving in this game. Still not a great game for BKB, though. Still, it's like a necessity to deal with the Ogre and the Skywrath, but then you've still got this Razor and Death Prophet who, well, they'll be chunking you down despite that magic immunity.
And I don't think we've even seen the best from Timbersaw yet. He has 2k gold saved up. He's got to have a point when he really unleashes his fury, and then it will also get very scary for NoT today. I mean, we'll have to see. That could be the case. That could not be. But he's been pretty selfish so far in this bottom lane, farming it on up, and looks like he could be just going right towards the Bloodstone early. And that way, once he does reach in that potential, he'll have plenty of charges to back it up.
Blink Dagger first item on the Timbersaw.
That's the Timbersaw who's feeling very aggressive early, and this is very high mobile. And he doesn't have to worry a whole lot as far as what's going to burn away his blink. Had they been able to grab something like an Ogre, Ignite could have been scary to go against if you're going to go more mobile with your Timber, but there's nothing like that. He's looking to get the party started here. He goes to top lane, and he's invis.
Yep. Doing an Aaron Carter style. Get that party started.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, boy. 90s references, anyone.
Aaron Carter.
Oh, maybe he'll find it. Maybe he'll find it. Mihawk. Oh, he's going to press forward.
Oh, he wants it. Too bad he doesn't have a lockdown. He'll just immediately walk away, throw out a stun, or a sleep, rather.
Yeah, interesting that Gren went back for a point in reactive armor. I thought he'd level out the Whirling Death, but actually put a second point in reactive armor over getting the third point in Whirling Death. So, yeah.
Look who's finally level 6.
Masuku.
Level 6 now in AA, so he can still farm up on the bottom and contribute something to the top lane with that Ice Blast, which certainly could help. There's a lot of regen. I mean, that reactive armor that you're talking about, even at level 2, is going to be brought down to nothing if he's caught out with it.
Yeah, look at Mystical here, hiding in the tree line, trying to be sneaky, but paiN Gaming, they won't fall for it. They won't spring the trap. King RD going right into an Aghanims on this Razor. I think this is the smart choice. Just get that pushing power out on the field and try and take that map advantage as early as you can. Even the Yule's now up on the Death Prophet. So things starting to come together for paiN Gaming, but slowing down the tempo here is giving space to the PA, who has at least grabbed power treads now, farming away those neutrals. You mentioned the Ancient Apparition, who's found a little bit, and this Ember Spirit, he's getting some pretty decent farm in the mid lane, has his drums complete with 1,000 gold. We'll probably be looking for phase boots momentarily here, but whoops.
Smash can look to pull it together, but this is not Smash's best farm. I've seen a game not long ago where he had a 22-minute double Battle Fury. That just kind of shows that how much he can put together when things are going their way in the early game. This is an example of when things don't go your way. This is decent farm, but it's not where you ideally would love to be, as he still needs a lot before he can contribute a lot of damage. I mean, 1k life helps with having the drums and a little bit of extra speed burst, but you know, he's not going to be dishing out the heavy hitting abilities.
The big disappointment so far for me has been this Sand King. He had the Blink Dagger 4 minutes ago, and so far he hasn't really done much with it. Had one little skirmish in mid lane, and speaking of the devil, now they'll go in on the King RD. A long-range Ice Blast comes in. That secures the kill on Razor. So finally putting that Blink Dagger to good use. That is a very worthy pick-off for
that ward right there was very helpful. They scouted out King RD, just kind of farming on the side. They made a great pick-off right there. Finally putting to use that Blink Dagger on Sand King. They get a nice Blink Burrow setup, and with him, the two of them together, plus the extra security of that Ice Blast, it was just easy pickings.
Yep, absolutely. Oh, we got a Roche attempt here from paiN Gaming, though. 40R uses the Exorcism, finds a double damager, and it does get scouted out by the Elder Titan. Ewo thinking about coming into the pit, but will get repelled by Baga, using that big Ogre body to block the way. Roche will go down, but Skywrath Mage gets picked off in the fray, and looks like the Ogre will also go down. So this Roche won't come for free. Now 40R will just try to TP home, and he will be successful. Null Tally's on the ground, but that's all right. He will make it out.
He put out that Spirit already. I don't know if it would have been quick enough if he just immediately Echo Stomped. Maybe he wasn't counting on her going right for the TP at that same moment. It was a bit weird
I think
there.
It was on cooldown. He had used it. He had used it to sort of set up before. I don't think he had it available to stop.
He might have just came up then there at the end, because when I clicked on him, he had it. It was probably really close time, but unfortunately, yeah, she makes her way out, which could have been more troublesome, but regardless, 2 supports go down. These are enough kills to allow Not Today to get back into it. Now it's only 4 for 5. Not a very high kill, high octane kind of a game.
Still a big gold lead, though, for 17 minutes. 5,000 gold, 2,000 experience. And mid lane, initiation coming on to Ned. Ice Blast will not connect. PA throwing out those daggers, but Ned will be okay as he makes it back into the tree line. Meanwhile, his teammates rendezvous in the top lane. Searing Chains on 2. Echo Stomp to follow up. Do they have any kind of follow-up damage to secure a kill here? And nope, doesn't look like it. Smash will come in, but gets silenced, gets multi-casted. Now Mihawk pressing forward. Mystical comes in, catches Baga. It'll be the end of the Ogre. Searing Chains hit only on creeps as 40R wants a recovery kill on Mihawk. He'll find it. Ned helps secure it with a blast to the face. Now some doves will chase down Mystical, but he'll be able to blink back, join his friends, and he'll be okay as he, now grabs a haste rune too.
I am quite surprised how lightly farmed the supports are, though, on paiN Gaming for how much of an early start. Meanwhile, though, they're going to go and make a go on Ned here. They get him pretty easily on the top lane. It was already a setup preemptively with the Ice Blast, but both Sand King and, man, they're really starting to come back into this one. Not today, man. I got to tell you. They're finding, this is 3 back-to-back times they find nice little pickoffs, nice little tiffs that work in their favor. And they're creeping back into this.
Yeah, they're finally getting something done with this Blink Dagger on the Sand King. It looked at first like he was being a bit too quiet, but now he's really turned up the aggression, putting pressure all over the map, and making some space for his PA buddy to get some farm. Grant comes in, and Mystical bump right into him, connects with the Burrow Strike, channels the ultimate, but there's your Timber Chain away, and Mystical will end up doing next to nothing with the Epicenter. Very unfortunate, but good for good Timber Chain timing there, as now Timbersaw getting more aggressive, but won't be able to dive the tower.
They might be able to go back on him. He gets hit with a nice blast. Long-range dagger connects. It doesn't crit, unfortunately, but look who's not done yet. Oh, nice Blink Burrow Strike coming up from Miss Cow. Secures the Timbersaw takedown. Even if he falls, it's a worthy trade. Nice grab right there. Man, oh man. The mobility, though, still there from Not Today. The Force Staff saves Elder Titan from getting caught out easily. The quick blink as well from Sand King preemptively stops him from getting caught out from Timbersaw, but quickly paiN Gaming are going to fire back with a tower takedown of their own. They're going to take down the last Tier 1 on the side of Not Today here in the top lane.
Yeah, it was actually just the Timber Chain that saved him, but still nicely done. Tier 1 tower up top goes down. 40R takes a little bit of poke, long range, Searing Chains, another dagger. Ewo comes in with a crit, and that will be the end of the Aegis. Now Death Prophet coming right back up. Smash looking to get aggressive. Chains out on Baga, but the follow-up damage not quite there. Smash gets silenced, and Not Today. I think they want a follow-up kill, but they won't be able to find an easy one. King RD just TPs out from the tree line, and that's where this skirmish will end. But with a one-for-one trades like this, not too bad for Not Today, given that they are kind of on the back foot. We'll see more initiation towards this mid lane.
Yeah, it's a rune. They wanted to go for bounty. Gren did grab it, but he might pay for it here. They do. They get a nice catch-up on him, and once again, the mobility of a Blink Dagger on a Sand King just goes to show he's one of the best gap closers there are. He immediately blinks in, gets a burrow set up, Smash, starts hitting it home. Timber can't quite get away, even with his thick iron shell, and PA's right there to kind of help with a little extra assistance, and they take down Timber once more. That's back-to-back takedowns. Now Ned on the run here, low man on the nice jump forward. There's more mobility being executed perfectly from Not Today. They catch up and grab another kill.
Yeah, and they'll grab this tier 1 tower in the mid lane as Mihawk hits it with the old staple gun. He now has his 4 staff complete, and Not Today are just right back in. It looks like Mystical will go into a Veil of Discord, first item after the blink. Already has the Helm of Iron Will picked up, along with the Null Tally. But yeah, 5-2-1, really stepping up the aggression, and I hope he keeps it up because it's getting Not Today right back in this game. Now only about a 3,000 gold deficit, and experience is past the 0 mark. And it's even, and actually now a little bit in favor of our Radiant side. So still some issues for them to deal with, though. They've taken out some tier 1 towers, but actually pushing the objectives into the Dire base will be tricky. They'll basically just have to do it off the back of successful team fights. And so far, even though they've gotten some good trades back and forth, they haven't really had a huge successful team fight yet, which I still think will be difficult to come by, though. Talk about recovery also. Masoku, look at this. He's more than halfway to his Aghanims.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? As soon as I get my Ice Blast, I'm just going to go do my own thing. I will be able to contribute enough with my, ultimate alone, and I'm going to take a little bit of me time. All right, everyone deserves a little bit of that, and he's going to find his way right towards an Aghanim set because the Ice Blast could certainly help tremendously in this game. But paiN Gaming, they need to start moving as a group. They need to take full advantage of their huge siege power, Eye of the Storm, Exorcism, the whole kit and caboodle, put it out there, and let's get something done. They smoke up, they're hunting through the enemy territory, they're looking to get a hold of someone, and maybe they start going for tier 2s. That's the next game plan. You don't want to allow these Not Today heroes to come online because their late game potential is huge. Ember Spirit, PA, they can get crazy real quick.
And even though they kept this PA down, she's still going to be able to recover. Farm looking a lot better, at least ahead of that of these supports. Now as a Mithril Hammer, probably just looking at a BKB first item.
Yeah.
But still, once she has that BKB, she'll feel a lot more safe jumping into these fights. And still has that potential to burst down the Death Prophet if she gets a couple of lucky crits. DP still lacking in the armor department. Actually, no, has the plate mail, so she's doing a lot better on that front. Well-rounded build from 4DR. While we're on that note, going for the 2 value items, the Vitality Booster and the Plate Mail, just to get the best of both worlds in terms of that effective HP. And Smash, very close to his first Battle Fury. Has the 2 swords, and now just Perseverance away on top of that 1,500 gold he's got stored up here in his bank account.
Not Today what they're doing. They're split pushing. They're like, we're not going to allow paiN Gaming to work as a group. That way when they think they're about to go for a big push on tier 2, we're pushing a tier 2 elsewhere, and someone has to go back and defend it, or they're going to be handing over some easy gold. So now they pull Razor and the rest of the game towards the top. This leaves DP at the bottom, and more time that paiN Gaming are not going to be pushing, not going to be working together. Space created, if you will, Zyori, as this is going to allow more time for PA to just farm on up here on the bottom.
Oh, up top lane, Mystical channels the ultimate, goes right in on the King RD. They'll have more than enough damage to bring down the Lightning Revenant, but now the Cavalry's come in. They'll go on to Smash. He'll be able to hop back to a Remnant. He'll be okay, but Mystical may not be so lucky. Takes a silence, and there's your Mystic Flare. Multicast to boot. Sand King will pay, but still a 1-for-1. Good trade for Not Today, as they trade a support for the position 1 of paiN.
Yep, I mean, they are getting some stuff done elsewhere. Still a very, very promising trade. Not Today. I think they're feeling pretty good now. They're putting together a pretty nice comeback from the devastating start laning phase, and they're looking to try to just keep paiN Gaming running around. Keep them all over the place. Keep them guessing as far as what the game plan actually is for Not Today. Next thing you know, Roche could pop back up, and Not Today could kind of creep behind paiN Gaming's back and get it done, and then they're going to be the ones on the strong front. So we'll have to see here. Top lane, though, a little bit of harassment. Smash makes a jump towards Baka. Does get the chains off, but not looking to pursue. Just kind of keeping the lane pressured. That's all.
Yep, Fireboy's got his Battle Fury now, so of course adding a lot of damage in these team fights, but giving him some more farming tools makes it a little bit easier for Smash just to cruise around, cleave down the creep waves, and feel the income of all that lovely money. BKB recipe picked up by PA, now just about 100 gold away from that Ogre Club, and Ewo will be the proud holder of a brand new Black King bar. Looks like Timbersaw will still go into a Bloodstone, perhaps. Has the point booster. Could also be an Aghanims, but usually you'll see these Timbers get a mana-based item like your Bloodstone first. Just simply can't handle the double Chakram without it.
Yeah, they need the resources to start things off. And Bloodstone certainly helps in any game regardless because, the death timers are so much more crucial now. having less of one, I guess, is always better. And there's PA finishing our BKB. It's an early foundation to a late game build, but here we go.
Speak of the devil, down bottom, PA shows off that BKB as 40R goes in on him. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, they find Mystical, and they'll be able to bring down the Sand King handily. So it is a 1-for-0 across the map in favor of paiN. And
they're still dancing down here.
Yeah, 40R ends up kind of wasting his ultimate to some degree.
Blind Silence, not going to be there in PA. PA gets a nice dagger. Maybe considering pursuit here as the ghosts are about to expire, but no, they opt to pull back instead. They see that the Tiff mid lane's over, and potentially paiN Gaming could be rotating that way. But look who's pushing top. It's still Smash up here, man. Finding a fair amount of farm in this top lane, and he's just so elusive. They don't have a lot to answer as far as how they're going to stop him there. And there he goes. Yep, so how are they going to stop him from doing something like that? It takes a lot of focus. The Silence needs to be online, ready to go, but Smash is slippery. Yeah.
They do actually have the tools for it. If Ogre gets a multicast and they hit him with the... Oh, he's coming on back. Has no Remnant to go to this time. And there's a multicast. If DP was here for a Silence, that had potential to be a kill. But unfortunately, DP backed that train up and won't be in position to make it rain on the Ember Spirit.
Looks like she's got a plate mail. Just a reliable vitality booster for now. This could just instead be the early makings of a Shivas. That way, once PA does start coming together, she'll be right there and ready with the extra bit of armor and, of course, reducing that attack speed from her side. So top lane here, we do have Miss Cow hiding under a smoke. Maybe they're considering a bait out with Smash and a return fight back with a very nice epicenter, but do they have enough? Because there's 3 here on paiN Gaming, and they're going to go right. They're going to go right for the bait. They jump in. Here's Miss Cow charging up Epi, but he's going to get anyone with it. I don't think so. Goes right in, does get the back into 40R, but they turn their attention right towards Smash, who's silenced up Crypt Swarm, and they do finally get a hold of the pesky little slippery one, and now they turn their sights towards the Sand King, trying to burrow away. Does maybe get the blink off. Can he get away from this, though? Arcane Bolt's still coming in. Yules, though, is going to lock him in his place. Mystic Flare follow-up. He's silenced now. Can't blink away from this one. There's a nice, convenient multi coming in from the backhand side, and they do eventually flank him, and Sand King goes down.
Yeah, noble effort from Mystico there. Made a lot of headway towards making an escape, but unfortunately just unable to do it. Another just unfortunate epicenter, though. Didn't even connect on the Burrow Strike. Did next to no damage. That was potential to pick off one of those squishier heroes and just couldn't make it happen. Couldn't find the right positioning. So, tough call for him. Ewo in the bottom lane seems to be struggling a little bit against the Razor, but Ice Blast comes in. This should be a quick pick on the Lightning Revenant. Ewo will take some tower damage, not focusing the tower as the Glyph flies through. 40R comes in, so does Baga, and Ewo will end up getting multi-casted. Does get the last hit on the tower, though, so not all bad news for the Phantom Assassin.
Wanted it so bad. Just like, I'm going to finish this if I have to. Gets it done. Now has to take the trip back to base, out for about 40 seconds. Is building up the early Morbid Mask, though, so has that Helm of the Dominator on the way. But look at this, paiN Gaming. We got an Exorcism ready. Let's put it to use right now, and they're going to go right for Roche.
And looks like it should be a pretty easy one. AA will fire in an Ice Blast, and that'll scout things out a bit. Baga, he's going to get kind of low here. He'll be forced to back out of the pit as Roche hit him. There you go. Easy pick for the Sand King. And if Mystico had an ultimate, we'll have it in about 10, but looks like he won't be able to survive long enough to see that day. Unless, now the Ghost will chase him down. So, ends up being a 1-for-1 in the pit.
Well, this is awkward now. They don't have Exorcism anymore. They have to finish what they started, so...
And Smash is doing a lot of work up top. Tier 2 tower getting down pretty low. Razor's forced to come in to repel that. Now Mihawk, he gets caught in the jungle. Gren comes in, starts it off with the Chakram. All the follow-up damage, the slows, the burst. And it'll secure the kill onto the Elder Titan.
Yep, they have the ward over here. They see that he's lingering nearby, and once they have vision of that Elder Titan, they're just going to quickly move in, get a hold of him. They see Smash is busy top lane, so it should be an easy grab. It is, but they don't finish Roche. They don't go back to finish Roche. He's down to about 3rd life and slowly building back on up, and they don't have an Exorcism to use, and not everyone's around and available. So a bit awkward for now. And look who moves in to finish what they had started for them.
Ewo and Smash, they don't have any vision in this area of the map. I don't think paiN Gaming are wise to this. Wow, smart plays from NoT today.
Here we go.
Only 2 heroes in the pit.
Gren's nearby on this timber.
Like
but it might be too late.
Aware. Dead on the high ground.
Blast.
Mystic Flare. Nope, goes down to the Radiant. PA's the one to grab the Aegis. Now Gren goes in. BKB used. And won't be able to find a kill, but not today. Secure the second Roshan and walk away with the Aegis in tow.
Hey, this all goes back to Sand King, man. That nice Ice Blast setup earlier that got on the Ogre, put him really low. Sand King came in, took him down, and pulled them away from the Rosh pit long enough where they had to second guess even doing it, and now look where Rosh ends up. It ends up on their side. Not today, get it down, and they get the Aegis, and they don't have to use the Aegis. They still have it here on PA. Fantastic work from Not Today.
Yeah, ready to fight. King RD on the Razor has picked up a Shivas now to go with his Aghanim. It's kind of an odd build from the Razor. Normally you'll see like Mech, BKB, Refresher, all items like that that prioritize over the Shivas, but just feeling the need for extra armor here, especially against that of the Elder Titan with his Natty Order, and then just all the physical damage from PA and Ember Spirit. I think pretty warranted here, but I think paiN in general could benefit from just some aura items. Getting up like a Vlad's, getting up an AC just to try and deal with that natural order a little bit more effectively.
I mean, they're building good utility so they can work as a group and just kind of take the base like a Death Ball, a Siege unit together to keep going for those objectives, but they're not playing like that yet. They're getting caught out with these split pushes. Now, they do run right into Miscow, which is a blessing to them to just get handed over that free pickoff right there. But you know, it's clear that Not Today are just trying to spread the map. They want to keep split pushing. They want to keep paiN Gaming guessing, moving around, preventing them from taking objectives. That way, in the late game, Not Today could turn it back and around. And paiN Gaming are getting caught up in this, you know, cat and mouse kind of a chase around the map, and they're not going for objectives yet. Ice Blasts are keeping them second guessing from pushing on forward because now they're going to be withered down to below half life. It's rough. It's a rough life right now for paiN Gaming if you want to try to get this game wrapped up.
Yeah, even though it feels like they kind of have the lead right now, they're ahead by 3 kills, and yeah, sure, the graphs are telling a story where they're vastly in the lead, but I don't know, this Ember Spirit, well on his way to his second Battle Fury, has BOTs up. It's going to be increasingly difficult for paiN Gaming to move into these Tier 2 towers, but on that same side, it's difficult for Not Today to push also, and I wouldn't be surprised if this game goes on for an easy 15-20 minutes past this point, just because both teams don't really have great tools to seal the deal. Sure, paiN have the pushing prowess in the Razor and the Death Prophet, but so far they haven't really been able to close out a fight or use those abilities to do anything too scary in the way of pushing. Smash goes down bottom, looking for some Searing Chains set up onto the Razor, but hits 2 creeps and will be forced back.
The rest of his team are mid lane, however, and Elder Titan side by side with Sand King. He does Burrow Strike all the way forward, gets a hold of 40R, now jumping into PA. They're trying to dish off big damage. The ultimate's not going to be there, and she will self-Yules to create some space. Now the sleep comes off to follow it up, locks her in her place. Begren moves on forward. Timbersaw looking to clean out with big damage here. Ewo very low at the end of this one. He actually turns back. It will be the Aegis that does end up going down, and maybe they consider surrounding her, but going on the outside, they see Sand King. They'll try to make the move on him initially. Wow, it looks like it's going to be PA going toe-to-toe with Death Prophet. They see she needs some help. They end up finishing off that Sand King, and now on the way out, they get the nice Yules right there on Ewo. Can they lock her in place? Fire Blast not going to be the multi, but they get her earned. The Force Staff keeps her forward. Timbersaw still on the hunt. They finally finish her off. The Exorcism's clean house. Ogre gets the last hit regardless. They're still not done yet. Mihawk, huge damage. Blink forward, Gren, and they clear out the Elder Titan. paiN Gaming, man, this is what they wanted. Now they get 3 big kills, but it's for 3 big kills. Smash comes in from behind from that bottom lane, cleans out a couple of supports very easily, plus the Razor, and now he is caught between him and the Timber and Death Prophet. He's got to get away from this one. Maybe he can get off some few hits in. He will sneak back, slide a fist. He's just going to dance with him right now because he's on his side. They're going to start coming in. Masuka's right there. Low mana, though. But still, Smash, bring him down little by little. He could surprise him and get a nice kill here. Ren might have to be on the run quickly.
And
one more hit.
And he's going to stand his ground. Smash finds the kill there. Triple Remnant away. 4DR. Won't have anything left to finish him off with. Ice Blast comes in. Won't connect. Smash needs to be so careful here. There is a Crypt Swarm available. Sand King on his way. He's respawned. And that's where it'll end. It ends up being Not Today coming out ahead in that fight. A 3-for-4 exchange. No buybacks were used. Nobody even has a buyback to be spent at this time.
But Smash came out big with that one.
Yeah.
He got those couple of kills on the backhand side. That secures his second Battle Fury now. So the cleave is real. Get this boy a bra. The cleavage is out there. He's ready to fight. Now he can build in the crit and the huge right-clicking damage. Or he could always play it safe, go for a BKB if you'd like. But based on his playstyle right now and matching him in these fights, he's elusive enough where he could just start building in the damage where those sleight of fists could just turn the fight around quickly.
Yeah, I feel like that fight really shows what happens if you don't control Smash. If they get a kill on Smash before the fight really starts, pick him off first, then paiN Gaming should be able to steamroll over the rest of Not Today. But if Smash is left to his own devices, even if you get a couple of key kills with that DP ulti. This Ember Spirit is going to be cutting through your team, and now all of a sudden Smash is #1 on net worth. Gets Fiery Chains out on King RD in the bottom.
Top lane also, they're going on Mihawk. Timber might get a solo kill here, and it looks like he will. Oh, Timber chain forward. The Force Staff's not going to help. He's going to nice chakram off right here. He doesn't get it, though. It does miss, and Mihawk is still on the run here. He has to work pretty hard for him. The rotations are coming. He does get it there. Timber chain up and away. The dagger will still connect. But, oh, they still want it. They want redemption, man. Oh, the chains connect as well. Gren might not be able to get away, and he actually commits suicide. Pretty early, but doesn't want to get caught out with a bad end of a crit, I guess, and then not get the suicide off.
Meanwhile, Ned, he gets caught out by Mystico, gets hit by an Ice Blast, and that secures an easy one on the Skywrath Mage. So Not Today striking right back around the map with a set of kills, making it a 1 for 2. Kind of in general, as PA just now moves into this big old stack of Ancients. And looks like the leftovers of a triple stack. And Ewo, he's really going recovery boys here. 10,000 net worth, still at the tail end of the pack, but catching up to that Timbersaw and actually becoming a contributing hero, which, hey, shouldn't be surprising, but is a little bit after that abysmal laning stage he had going on. 2,000 gold. Curious where he's going next.
I mean, we haven't really seen paiN Gaming contest these tier 2s at all, and with the team with Death Prophet and Razor, and the wave clearing of Timbersaw, you'd think by now they'd taken all outer towers, but they haven't really done a lot to the tier 2s. Not today, man. They have a great thing going. They're split pushing, they're keeping them all over the place, and slowly they're building up. Now, Epicenter's charged up, and it's going to keep him in his place as now they just jump on him. They don't care about no Epi. They're going to burst on through and take out the Sand King like it was nothing. Nice easy work here. paiN Gaming, they're tired of the split game crap, and they quickly pull out a nice grab there on the Sand King.
Yeah. Unfortunate timing there for Mystico, thinking that it was just a couple of heroes and they could get a quick pick off, and instead it was all 5 of paiN ready to come to the defense of their top tier 2, and Not Today, simply not in a position to deal with it. So Mihawk, he's here with an ultimate orb on the Elder Titan. Probably a scythe coming out on him, but
yeah, if he can get the luxury of throwing together a sheepstick, that would certainly help. But
yeah. Up top, smash, silence, Mystic flared, double silenced. Can he get away from this one? No, he cannot.
No. Good chain of silences. Can't go anywhere. Enough burst with the Exorcism. They do commit an Exorcism for taking down Smash, and they are a bit away from the tier 2.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's actually worth it, because now look at the bottom lane. Not Today will use this opportunity just to push into a tier 2 and see what damage they can do.
Well, they know they're not leaving top, not while they have this Exorcism, so they're just going to get as much damage as they can possible, and they have the Glyph just in case, so they would have ideally liked to have been able to trade towers here on the bottom, but it looks like Not Today are taking a bit of time before they can really make any sort of engagement. Instead, they're running around a little bit. And also, paiN Gaming are not going to commit, so no one loses a structure. It's just pretty much an Exorcism to take down Smash.
Yeah, we'll see if Not Today actually use this window. Exorcism will be down for another 95 seconds or so, and that's a minute and a half where they can think about, well, if Roshan was up, certainly an option, but think about just trying to be more aggressive, looking for picks, knowing that Death Prophet won't be as scary, and here they'll find one on Ned. Ewo goes in. Easy kill on that Skywrath Mage, who's walking into enemy territory looking to put down a ward. Yeah, that won't happen, but now they go in onto Ewo. Timbersaw on the high ground. King RD with that fresh BKB on, draining all the damage, and Mihawk is nearby looking to set something up with the Earth Splitter. Wow. And yeah, PA just ends up getting taken down as the AA TP's back to safety.
Yeah, they were sitting there looking like trade off the gem, and Razor's like, I see you, I'm just going to go forward, and they weren't expecting him to just kind of bull rush into him, and then they got caught with their pants down, I guess. They're on the retreat out, but Razor's great at chasing down, one of the best in the game, and he puts it to work right there. PA has nowhere to go, and she gets manhandled.
And down bottom, Elder Titan will be able to TP out, no problem. So, things still looking fairly even. Every time it looks like paiN Gaming is losing momentum, they get it right back, holding on to 3,000 gold, about 7,500 experience in their favor. Some more items coming out, mostly mobility tools, a Blink Dagger on the Ogre. An interesting choice. We almost always see Ogres in a situation like this. We misses the deny up top, that pesky siege creep. But usually I see Ogres just pull up that gold for the Aghanim Scepter because it's just so damn good. Gives him so much versatility. And even a underfarmed Ogre that hasn't done much that's able to pick up an Aghanims can put out huge bursts and really feel the effects of that RNG. So I am a little surprised to see this build.
It's clear that they prioritize mobility because Not Today have plenty of it. With the Blinks already there on Sand King, Smash, we've already seen how elusive he can be. Elder Titan even has a Force Staff. Ancient Apparitions throw together a Force Staff, and PA with their Blink Strike. You need to be able to catch up with that high pace, and I guess they're just favoring him being able to have a Blink and get either in the action and make sure they can secure a lockdown or just chase. But for now, they do a nice Burrow Strike. It does catch 40R. Mystic Flare is not going to be there too long, and he will be able to step back, and For now, it's just a bit of a footsie play here in the mid lane.
Yep. Team on the top, Masoku. He gets isolated. He'll get finished off first. Now the rest of the fight will kind of break out as they catch 40R. Mystico starts things off with a stun. It's a 1-for-1. Make it a 2-for-1. Sand King goes down. BKB's used on the side of the Dire. Mihawk looking to put a few to sleep, but BKB's will make that difficult. Smash ready to reinitiate, throwing out the cleaves with that sleight of fist. And paiN Gaming will just sound the retreat, but I think Not Today can continue to pursue without the DP. They don't have too much to be afraid of. Also, with all the BKBs down, Smash poking as best he can.
DP's out for 50 seconds if she doesn't fight back, and she didn't even get to use her Exorcism, which is a nice, huge grab there for Not Today. So I think they feel pretty comfortable at this point. They could either go for this tier 2 or check out the Roche Pit, which he is up and at the ready, but it doesn't look like they're going to split everywhere. Smash goes top lane. Elder Titan, they see he's alone, and there's that blink going to use on Baga, but unfortunately he has a Force Staff. He'll just force himself up, make the TP out, and they do ping out and let everyone know on the side of Not Today that Roche is up.
Yep, and need a second here for paiN Gaming. And yeah, this is Roche 3, so we've got some cheese on the field and maybe a higher priority. Kind of another one of these odd fights for Not Today where they don't really win the fight because it was a 2-for-1, but they kill the Death Prophet in exchange for their 2 supports. So it's one of those trade-offs numerically in favor of paiN, but still not that bad for Not Today.
I think Not Today have really, really nice late game. And Smash is putting together a really nice farm. I mean, he's about to have his Daedalus. He just made a big purchase, which is his Demon Edge. It looks like it's on the Courier. It is. It's heading back to base, so his Daedalus is about to be complete. And then it just gets ridiculous. His Sleight of Fist do so much work to everyone on the team of paiN Gaming, and this is a team that's supposed to be moving together as one unit to take down structures with the Eye of the Storm and Exorcism in hand, but now his Cleave is going to be able to rip through the whole paiN Gaming squad. And as the game goes on, it becomes easier and easier. So I still can't feel like pressure's on paiN Gaming to get more done here.
Definitely. And on top of that, the PA is the one with the Skull Basher now. Probably just going to upgrade that into an Abyssal with 2,000 gold. A lot of BKBs on the Dire side, and that will be a very handy piece of utility. Actually, only 2 BKBs, but on key heroes, the Timbersaw and the Razor. There's the full Daedalus you were talking about, and paiN Gaming about to feel the pain of this Ember Spirit. He is one of the best carries in terms of farming or scaling with items, and seeing him with an inventory like this at the 42-minute mark and not much pressure coming his way makes me a bit nervous for paiN.
He's one of those few heroes that can really take a lot, even out something like a Divine Ranger. Mid lane, though, they get a nice quick jump there on Ewo, who was stranded alone, and they just make their move in. They flock, they take her down, and it's a nice quick snag on them. They might want to consider going and doing Roche. I mean, they have Exorcism up and at the ready, and PA not in this one. They can at least force a buyback from her, but look at, they can't do it because look who's pushing in top lane. Split push Smash, man, all game long it feels like, since the mid game at least. He's been doing work in this top lane. Now they jump in with that Blink Fire Blast. Can he get away from this one? Ice Blast can be there as well.
Exorcism for this, I can't believe it. Smash had a Fire Remnant down. That's part of the plan. That's why he's such a good split pusher. They commit an Exorcism with no way to lock him down. Dakota, what was 40R thinking?
Baga might go down in the fountain too. I don't know what the cap is, but there's just a little bit of time left here. Ooh, no. It might have been just in the last seconds right there, but he does end up living. But yeah, that's huge. And that's pretty much been Not Today's game plan for quite a while now, is adding pressure elsewhere, second-guessing the commitments from paiN Gaming. And right there, they commit a lot just in taking care of Smash in that top lane.
Bad. And Smash still does a lot of damage to that tier 3 tower. Gets it down to about 200 hit points. You don't think of Ember Spirit as a good split pusher, but he's so damn mobile, and with these kind of items, he can just destroy a creep wave and then take out a tower pretty damn fast also. I think Not Today might want to consider using this window to move into the Roche Pit, knowing that they've got another minute and a half on that Exorcism cooldown. I don't think paiN Gaming really want to contest in the Roche Pit without an Exorcism. Or if they do, Not Today should be eager to take that fight, because Exorcism is still a huge piece of their damage output.
The farm dedication from Not Today just looks so good. The supports that were so well in the head on paiN Gaming, and you were like, oh, this, you know, supports are so crippled here on Not Today. You know, your Ancient Aberration barely has level 6. Well, look who has the levels now. He's got Force Staff and Agnems. Their Elder Titan's about to have a Sheep Stick, and you look over at paiN Gaming, their supports like a Blink Dagger. That's something. And a Ghost Stat. I don't know. It's not on the same level. But right now they're gonna make a tip tap and jump in from Ewo. Not getting the crit yet, but they're trying to burst down Gren. They do with the help of the Emmy Center. And now they go up to the high ground. Nice crit right there on Baga. Brought him down to over half life below. And they're still not letting up yet. The Fire Blast has to come out. Unfortunately for him, no multi. The Skywrath Mage drops a very big Mystic Flare, but is not going to be doing a whole lot of work. It's a two-man takedown for Not Today, and with that, They should be able to move in the
that
rush
whole
pit.
time, Smash was just kiting the other two away. I think it was Ned and King RD were just trying to secure a kill on the Ember Spirit. He moved into the base, TP'd out with like 17 hit points to spare, taking tower shots from the bottom tier 3. And that elusive bastard lives. Big victory for the Radiant side, and yeah, they even forced the buyback from the Ogre as paiN Gaming do not want to hand over third Roche. Now King RD going in onto Mystico, hits him with the Shivas. BKB used a lot of silence.
Help. There it is.
Woo! Force staff, baby, up to the high ground. The Doves will still chase him into oblivion.
Dude, they forced Elder Titan forward so he could force Sand King out.
Oh, and the Sand King lives. Oh my gosh. Beautifully done by NoT today.
From NoT today. Unbelievable.
The force is strong with this team.
Yes, it is.
Exorcism from 4DR used in the Roche pit. Now this is a problem for NoT today. They've got a tier 2 tower in the bottom lane that they can teleport to. And Ice Blast will fly in. This will buy them some decent time. But will it be enough? Smash off to the side. Needs to be a little careful. They actually lose their PA. Ooh,
not caught there on the side, and this is looking pretty good for paiN Gaming to clear out the rest of Roche. Exorcism still in full force, and they got 2 bodyguards right here protecting out the pit. They know this. They have to hand it over. Immediately Smash goes up to the top lane. We'll start pushing it back from there. And for this round, it looks like paiN Gaming are going to be successful in taking down the Roche. Meanwhile, bottom lane, they make a jump here. Masuku, the AA, he does have a force and a desperation TP, but that's not going to get away from these two. Timbersaw just kind of clunks him on the head, takes in the kill. And back and forth we go as paiN Gaming now the ones that come out on top near this Roche engagement.
Yep, a little bit of ping pong here in this game as both teams find an edge, then give it away to the opposition, but still very even indeed. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Mystico, he gets silenced, and Skywrath will help secure this kill with 4DR as the Sand King dies once more. This has been a weird game for Mystico, where I feel like he's made a couple of big plays, gotten some decent ultimates off, but at the same time, he's made a couple of small plays. It seems fairly frequent that he's been caught out all by himself or gets that Blink Dagger interrupted.
It could be that paiN die factor, you know, just kind of handing over a kill so that they're spread elsewhere, committing their all their skills and burst on him instead. But paiN Gaming, they segue themselves down here to the bottom. They're going to clear out the tier 2. Blinking ahead is Baga. Can he get the force step? He can't. The force step does get off. Mihawk gets away from the Fire Blast. Baga's not going to be able to catch him down.
Yeah.
And now paiN Gaming have finally cleared the first tier 2 on the side of NoT today. They had to work real hard for that one. Having the security of the Aegis certainly does help here on King RD, and I think they're just going to keep at it. They're going to push back a bit this top lane, and they'll go for the next tier 2 immediately after.
Yeah, with Aegis and Cheese, really no reason for paiN Gaming not to want to be aggressive here. If they have Exorcism up on top of that, they should really be looking for a fight. It looks like DP will be going into an Assault Karas. No, well, was thinking about it. I ended up selling the pieces that she just bought, so not sure where the DP's going. They already have the Shivas on Razor. Double Shivas, not great, but against all of this physical damage, you need some plus armor just to cut through the natural order, and I still think a Vlad's would be a very worthwhile pickup. Even though they don't have anyone who's melee except the Ogre and Timbersaw, they don't really right-click all that much. The +5 armor really helps counteract the natural order so much.
Yeah. The natural order is doing surprising amount of work. So anytime Mihawk can get involved, he'll be right there contributing a lot. And top lane, they move as a 5-man unit here from NoT today towards the 5-man hit squad of paiN Gaming. We could have a clash breakout here momentarily as they move forward. And it looks like possibly paiN Gaming could have the upper hand as far as positioning because Baga already knows what's going on. He's down to the south. Epicenter going to be pulled out. Jump forward. They might get a quick burst down on 40R, and they do. Huge grab, taking down the DP before she can even do anything with her ultimate, but now King RD, desperate to make something happen, pulls out his BKB, strolls on forward, but they're already attacking Baga on the backhand lines. They take down the Ogre, and now he's just desperate on the hunt to get some sort of support, but they're not getting much out of it. They take down the Elder Titan only. But here we go, Ewo now under pressure, and the buyback from Death Prophet as she is racing to get back involved in this fight. For now, it looks like NoT today. They see that, they pull back here. And it could still be a promising fight here for NoT today if they can get out, but they lose Smash. It becomes more for paiN Gaming here. paiN now, oh, they get it. Wow, big silence right there. Locked Smash in place. They burst him down, and now they can just trot down this lane from the north, still with Exorcism available, and take down some serious structures. Smash does have a buyback if necessary, but he's out for 90 seconds otherwise.
That was kind of awkward from Smash, where it looked like he could have just been able to run to safety, but hopped to that Remnant, which put him in a really awkward position. 4DR, using the buyback, I think will prove worth it as he still has the Exorcism and holding on to the cheese. So this is one of the problems with DP. If you burst her down before she uses the ultimate, it's only like a partial victory, because now you can do this where she buys back and now this huge ultimate is ready to break the high ground. There is a glyph standing for NoT today, but I think Smash will have to buy back for this one.
He doesn't want to lose racks, he'll need to buy back here. A minute of time is going to be too long, and there's the buyback. They need that cleave out. Now you see paiN Gaming, their body language, they're starting to double back a bit. They do take the tier 3, so they'll have to walk away with that one, but now they eat an Ice Blast. They really need to second guess this kind of a fight, but committing on in is Ewo. They see Smash. If they take him down, this is going to be huge for him, and they can't help themselves, but if they have the opportunity to take him out, oh, Epicenter forward does get a hold of 40R here, very low, and the jump in from Ewo secures the kill. And now on the retreat here is going to be Ned, who tries desperately, looked like the smoke up, now Ghost Scepter. He's going to try to just hold them in their place, keep them away from King RD at least, as he will at least be able to make a safe escape. Even goes into an Invis rune. But not today. They put up a pretty nice defense. It looked like paiN Gaming, when they could just straight pulled out, would have been their best bet. But they saw Smash get brought down a little bit, and they're like, hey, if we do finish him off, he'll be out for a real long time. And they tried to go for it, but they got teased.
But now it's the opposite. DP's down for 80. They know that even if she comes up, the ultimate will be... Actually, the ultimate will be up right about the time she comes up. But still, that's a long time with no fear of Exorcism. She still has the cheese, which she wasn't able to eat last time in Aegis.
This is pressure on King RD to defend.
Still in the inventory of the Razor, so maybe he can do it. But here we go. They jump right on the Razor. He gets turned into a piggy. Down he goes, and that'll be the Aegis of the Immortal. So Razor coming right back up. Not today. How will they handle it? Searing Chains on Baga. They'll go right back in. Oh, wow.
That was beautiful.
Beautiful.
Elder Titan just slept them both together perfectly, lined them up with a nice double burrow. The ultimate from Elder came out shortly after, and it was just a masterpiece. They took him down very nicely. Now, they're not really committing, though, for structures when they still can. It's 30 seconds here for Death Prophet. And King RD is now back. He just immediately pulls up the buyback. He's like, I'm tired of this shit. You're not getting in this base.
So I think NoT today okay with forcing out the buyback so easily and not risking it any further. I think you're right, though. They probably still could have done a little bit more. Sand King still has an ultimate, just low on mana. So, maybe there were some options there. But do they even have any Arcane Boots? No, not one set of Arcane Boots for NoT today. That's a little weird.
Yeah, their resource dependency is a bit in question, but I still think they got a lot out of that. They held out their top base. They did only lose their tier 3. On the fight back, they take out some big pickoffs there, including Death Prophet, which removes her buyback status. And then on the push in mid lane, they take out the tier 2. They add a little bit pressure inside the base. They don't get a lot of damage on the tier 3, but they force out the Aegis and another kill, which then forces out the buyback here on Razor. So if they come up with a huge fight in the near future, Razor goes down. He's not coming back.
Skywrath Mage, old Nettie here, he gets himself the Ethereal Blade, and Gran will pick up his Scythe of Vice. So 2 big items on the side of paiN Gaming, and here you go. They'll smoke up with all 5. They want to get aggressive, hungry to use that cheese perhaps, and we'll see what they can do. Double Scythe now for the Dire, 52 minutes in. Both teams with some pretty serious itemization. The Ember Spirit did go for a BKB, now 4,000 gold, and there you go.
Yeah, I'm happy to see he goes a little bit off the straight damage path and gets a little bit of safety. Plus, getting a BKB this late means that it's going to have its timing a lot longer. Whereas if you get it too early, you're stuck with a 5-second BKB, a la Razor, who got his right away, and now he's only got 5 seconds to use on it. That's not going to be a lot of time. Well, Smash has plenty more time to work with here. Now they smoke up, and they're moving on the top lane as a 5-man hit squad, while paiN Gaming are already on the way out. And if they get a hold of someone here, they'll scout out the mid lane. It's going to be a big turnaround here. We'll see.
At this point, it's really all about positioning and who gets the jump on who. With quite a few buybacks on cooldown, only 2 available, both on the NoT today side of the fence. Both sides just looking for that perfect initiation with the smoke to catch their opposition off guard, and both sides will be unsuccessful on that front as they stay grouped up on kind of opposite quadrants of the map. However, NoT today moving across the mid lane, thinking about it. This is the dance here.
This is the
late
Sharks versus the Jets. Just like, you cross this line, we're going to get you. We're going to jump you. We're going to tie arms together and go into a real knife fight.
Yep, this is just the late game decision making where
they could just stall it out till Roche, which seems to be paiN Gaming's idea. They're already scouting it out early here, but we got a little bit of time left on that bad boy.
So, how long? Still 2 minutes before we get to the RNG. Yep. So probably about 3 minutes till the next Roche comes up at least. I mean, not a bad strategy for paiN Gaming. The Aegis and Cheese didn't really seem to do much for him in the last few fights, though. DP has passed it over now.
She gets caught down so quickly. I mean, she's, mind you, no BKB on her. And that Burrow and that Sleep been locking her down pretty nicely. Yeah, she opts to just try to build up enough muscle to just withstand it, but it just shows that with natural order involved, you're going to need a lot of muscle.
Yeah, I don't know if it's even a good BKB game for her, regardless of that, though, because you can't really anticipate the Burrow Strike. That's one of the things that makes it such a great stun. You can't, not an ability that you can really expect to BKB unless the Sand King's being very obvious about where he's going. So,
and if you could anticipate it, she would probably self-fuels instead and get a nice defensive one-off.
Oh, Bappa, we've got a rapier. There's got to be a sound effect for that, man. You don't have a rapier sound effect?
Wow! I'll give you the LD wow, the classic.
The classic.
The classic. But I said it briefly before an fight came out. He's one of those heroes that can do a lot of work with a Divine Rapier. You know, you got the Ember Spirit. Gyrocopter is another one that can do the most out of it because they have such a spread of damage to work with. So, and he's extra elusive, unlike Gyrocopter. So he can get away with this, but they're banking on getting a lot done with it. He's got to play extra cautious and careful.
It does seem a little early to me.
I mean, they could have at least maybe made sure they got a lot going for Roche, but with that strike mid, I think paiN Gaming might know now.
I mean, it's still a very even game, right? Look at the gold. There's about 2,500 in favor of NoT today, and paiN Gaming about 5,000 experience edge. 55 minutes into the game, that's very negligible. And it's not like NoT today are down a lane of racks, really up against the wall. They're just,
I would have thought they are the ones that
they're playing tic-tac-toe here. Looks like they're just bored.
They're just waiting to see what paiN Gaming is doing. I mean, looking at their squad, you think paiN Gaming are like, we got objectives to do, and we're going to move and get them done, but they still have one more tier 2 to do here in the mid lane. They got a little bit of work done at the top, but they're playing it so safe. They're like, we're stalling out. We're waiting for Roche. We want to get this Roche. We'll commit our ultimates for it if necessary to get it quick, and then we'll wait some more for those cooldowns on the ultimates to come back up, and then we'll go for a push. And NoT today are just like twiddling their thumbs like, listen, we'll just farm up a rapier and we'll wait. And we'll put together one of the best high ground defenses you've ever seen.
Now, Roche has respawned, and I would imagine that NoT today are pretty eager to grab this. I mean, getting an Aegis on your Ember Spirit, I don't know what item he drops here. I guess one of the Battle Furies, but...
Ooh. Oh, I mean, or they could push top at the same time. Roche could be coming up. And this is a bad commitment issue here as far as what paiN Gaming want to do, to defend or be near the Roche pit. But they need to get everyone top lane as soon as possible. Tier 3 is already down. And look at Smash. He's going to start going down here.
Death Prophet's dead already before the fight even starts. No buyback available on her. She's short 200 gold. Now this is disastrous for the Dire side. You see the Rapier having an effect. Baga getting chopped down. Ewo goes in. Takes a lot of damage, but still finds the kill on Razor. Smash living up to his name. Triple kill. It's a full 5-man wipe in exchange for none is NoT today. Looks like they'll secure a win off the back of this Rapier. They don't need no Roche when they've got this damage. GG, says Baga.
Wow. Huge stuff, man. Just the damage spread is more than enough. Put that with your Ice Blast, your AoE combo effect there with Sand King, Elder Titan's natural order, and it just gets disgusting. They felt like they had enough ammunition, and they weren't going to wait for paiN Gaming to get the luxury of having the extra life of hacking the Roche. Yeah. And they get it done, and there's not much that paiN Gaming can do about it.
You going to lose that Rapier? Not today.
Hold on. Nice job, dude.
Thanks, man.
No problem. So that was just game one. That was a long game one.
Yeah, we've got 4 more games coming up. Next on the docket, what do we have today? I don't have my schedule open.
Coming up,
Gurg versus Complexity.
Gurg versus Complexity.
Should be interesting, maybe a little
I mean, people thought this game was going to be pretty one-sided. Remember, it was a 67% odds favorite for NoT today. And paiN Gaming put up a fight. They had a fantastic early laning phase where they had all 3 lanes won. But I feel like they needed to come together more, make more pushes happen. They kind of lingered a bit. They opened up too many opportunities for split pushes coming out from NoT today. They ended up farming up and taking control of the game. Yeah. Because NoT today, they're a classic group. They have well-versed experience. They can stay cool, calm, and collect and bring it back, man.
Absolutely. So we got plenty more Dota coming your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. The Summit 2 America group stage continues on after this.